And moving to the UK, the former chair of the Equality and Human Rights Commission, Trevor Phillips, warned that the UK's Muslims are becoming a nation within a nation, and they, quote, basically do not want to participate in the way that other people do, end quote. His comments come in response to a Channel 4 poll, which showed that more than half of the British Muslim community thinks homosexuality should be illegal, and nearly 50% say teachers should not be gay. And joining us now from London is I-24 News correspondent Jonathan Sacerdoti. Jonathan, thank you for being with us.
Good evening.
Jonathan, some would say these are shocking statistics. What do you believe stands out the most to you from this poll?
Well, the findings of this poll have been widely reported over the last few days in the run-up to the documentary, which will be aired tomorrow night on Channel 4. They found that more than 80% of Muslims surveyed said they felt British and were happy living here, but more than half mix with non-Muslims every day. However, only 1 in 5 say they have never entered a non-Muslim household. Then you said, as you said in your introduction, over half think homosexuality should be illegal in the UK, compared to just 5% of the general British population. Almost half, that's 47%, said they did not agree that it was acceptable for a gay person to become a teacher, compared with 14% of the general population. And the statistics like this go on. Nearly a quarter, 23%, supported the introduction of Sharia law in some areas of Britain, with 39% agreeing that wives should always obey their husbands, compared with 5% of the country as a whole. So statistics like this have really sparked an open debate, because this has been seen as a very scientific poll, surveying a large number of Muslims in a scientific way, to the extent that ICM, the company which conducted the polling, has even been praised by its main competitor, YouGov, for carrying out one of the most scientific polls of the Muslim population that Britain has ever seen.
And what is the government doing about this? Is it a trend that can be reversed?
It's an interesting question, because there has long been this debate in the UK about how British Muslims really feel. But this is the first time that anyone has really gone any way towards measuring it in what could be seen as an insightful way, rather than perhaps just a reactionary or sensationalist way. The government has already been speaking out on this topic. David Cameron, not that long ago, gave a keynote speech on extremism. He mentioned that Muslims who perpetuate Jewish conspiracy theories might in fact be leading on to extremist behavior that could in turn lead on to terrorism. And sure enough, this particular survey carried out by ICM has found quite a high degree of agreement with Jewish conspiracy theory ideas. Many questions were put to the Muslims in the survey about whether or not they agreed with questions like, do Jews have too much power in the media? Most wars in the world are started by Jews, and there was a huge discrepancy between the number of Muslims who agreed with those statements and the number in the control group of general British population. So the government, of course, will be looking very closely at these results, as well as the general population, who have been reading about it with fascination.
And we'll have to wait and see if anything is done in the wake of this poll by Channel 4. Jonathan Sacerdoti, thank you very much for being with us.